There's already a lot of fodder to attack the Secret Service with, and this will be more.
Tonight, News Channel 5 investigates uncovers stunning new allegations involving the U.S. Secret Service and an incident with Metro Police. Those allegations come directly from Nashville Police Chief Steve Anderson, who says Secret Service agents wanted his officers to fake a search warrant.
Even more disturbing, the chief says he complained to top Secret Service bosses, and they didn't seem to care.
News Channel 5 Chief Investigative Reporter Phil Williams has been digging into the details.
The allegations are contained in this letter that Chief Anderson sent last week to several members of Congress, potentially adding new fuel to the red-hot Secret Service scandal.
Don't let somebody get close to the president. Don't let somebody get close to his family.
The letter went to members of the House Committee on Oversight who've spearheaded the ongoing investigation into the Secret Service, from the Colombian prostitution scandal to the case of a man who was able to penetrate White House security. Scandals that recently forced Secret Service Director Julia Pearson to resign.
He's out.
Now this frantic call for backup to Nashville police is raising new questions. Two Secret Service agents were investigating threatening comments on Facebook about the president, and the Nashville man who posted them had refused to let the agents into his house.
He shut the door in our face and went around the corner. Looked like, and we're not sure if he possibly had the gun in his hand.
In a letter first sent by Nashville's top cop to Secret Service headquarters, Chief Steve Anderson wrote, the resident refused to come outside and shouted back, "Show me your warrant." So one of the agents then asked the police sergeant to wave a piece of paper in an apparent effort to dupe the resident into thinking they indeed had a warrant.
What he talks about is abuse of power by the Secret Service, not just in Washington, but here in Nashville.
Congressman Jim Cooper is one of the members of the committee who just got the chief's letter detailing the January 2013 incident.
So you can't steamroll a citizen of this country, because we all have rights, and we should know how to exercise those rights.
And that's a basic violation of constitutional rights.
Absolutely.
The incident occurred here in this East Nashville neighborhood, but the chief says when officers arrived, they quickly discovered that Secret Service agents had no legal basis to enter the man's house. And the man who had a legal permit to carry a gun had not actually threatened anyone with it. That's when officers decided to pull out.
It's clear that our security plan was not properly executed.
Since then Director Julia Pearson had promised to clean up the Secret Service, the chief sent her a complaint about the incident. But Anderson said she did not acknowledge my letter. Assistant Director A.T. Smith did call, but his tone at best was condescending and dismissive. The chief added, I realized that I was being told in a polite manner to mind my own affairs.
When he complained to the Secret Service higher-ups, they just seemed to say, hey, let's sweep this under the rug.
That's when Anderson demanded a meeting with bosses inside the Secret Service's Nashville office. He recalled asking, do you think it is appropriate to wave a piece of paper in the air and tell him you have a warrant when you do not have a warrant? Answer, I don't know. I'm not a lawyer.
This is absolutely appalling.
Thomas Castelli is legal director for the American Civil Liberties Union of Tennessee.
If this is not something that all law enforcement, and I'm talking about from the cop patrolling the streets in our smallest town in Tennessee all the way up to the Secret Service and the FBI, if this is not something that they're taught, then that's a big problem.
A lot of folks maybe just say, oh, well, this is just in Nashville, but if this is symptomatic of a larger problem, it really needs to be solved nationwide.
Now, Metro Police say the resident had not actually committed a crime. Now, as a result of this and other incidents, the police chief says that to protect his officers from being asked to engage in questionable activities, they will now need approval from top brass before they are allowed to work with the U.S. Secret Service, Vicki.
So why do you think he sent this letter, Phil?
Well, you know, he said in the letter that he felt that Congress should know that just changing the person at the top won't be enough. It's also going to require a change in the culture at the mid-level of management within the agency.
All right. Thanks, Phil. Now, late today, the Secret Service issued a statement saying that it had addressed the chief's concerns and that the deputy director had called him to express regret. It continued, the Secret Service values our relationship with the Metropolitan Nashville Police Department. We encourage Chief Anderson to continue to work with the special agent in charge of the Nashville Secret Service Field Office, who is his appropriate contact on matters of mutual concern. Now, you can see the chief's letter and the Secret Service statement at newschannel5.com.